I just wrapped recording my first Late Night with Love episode. You don't want to miss this episode. Check it out on the Late Night Vibe. Welcome to the Love Bubble. Hey y'all, I am here after a long day's work. I just put my 7-year-old son to bed. I literally just got finished making his peanut butter and jelly sandwich for camp tomorrow, and I am doing a little nightcap with my favorite red wine. And I invite you into this space, Late Nights with Love, where we talk about mom life, we talk about current events, we talk about relationships, we talk about everything basically under the stars. So come along with me as we embark on this journey of Late Nights with Love. You know, growing up, I used to read these stories about fairy tales and these mythical characters. You know, you hear about the Bigfoot and abominable snowman, and you hear about all of these princesses in these stories that found their prince charming and lived these amazing lives. For me, I didn't have that. For me, those fairy tales and those mythical characters showed up in my life, in my living room, by way of the TV. And that show that did that for me was The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show was one of my favorite shows to watch because it represented something that I wanted so bad but didn't know how to get. And I remember hearing stories about how they created The Cosby Show. It was supposed to be the furthest thing from reality, the furthest thing from what we know and what we call Black excellence. But it was the epitome of Black excellence. And I loved that show so much that I found myself going to an HBCU because the spinoff show was Different World. And the characters and the stories were so relatable. You know, the thing that I found myself yearning for was the partnership, was the patience, was the love, was the career, was the lifestyle that was displayed in The Cosby Show. And I bring this up because we're at a time where many are mourning one of the beloved characters from The Cosby Show. We knew him on the show as Theo Huxtable, but many of you know him as Malcolm-Jamal Warner. And while we mourn the loss of a great human being, I want to honor him by uplifting the memories of The Cosby Show that I found myself watching when I was a little girl. My absolute favorite show, I don't even know the name of the episode, but my absolute favorite show was the episode of The Cosby Show when they sang the song Night and Day. The Ray Charles song that goes, you know the right time, night and day, is the right time, night and day, to feel night and day. You know the episode. And the whole family put on a show. They had Denise, they had Rudy, they had Theo Huxtable. And that show that episode, it did something for me because while The Cosby Show felt so unreal, I mean, it felt so high up here, you know, with me being a girl from the east side of Detroit, me growing up in a household full of love, a multi-generational household full of love, it felt like there was this thread between the Cosby household and my household. Because let me tell you about my granddaddy. My granddaddy loved some music. He had every single Bose speaker. We wake up every radio was playing some music in our household, be it the blues, be it the latest Heavy D song, whatever it is, whatever he felt, it was playing in the household. And I remember we would take those opportunities and we would dance our heart out in the front yard or in the basement, and we would have these house parties. And that memory stuck with me because I remember like how the family came together, you know, Theo being the big brother, and he had his sisters that he had to protect. And it reminds me of my siblings. I grew up with 2 sisters. I'm the oldest. And I remember just dreaming through that episode and smiling from ear to ear as I watched them perform. And it reminded me of my family. Although we were so far removed at that moment, we felt so close. And I bring this up for a couple of reasons. I bring this up because many people thought the Huxtable status was so unattainable. But in my life with my beautiful family, my amazing husband and my son, we've been referred to as the Huxtables. We've been referred to as the new version of the Huxtables. And that wasn't without hard work to become something that appears so far out of reach, to become something that seems like this mythical character, right? We became the real life Huxtables. My amazing husband is a doctor with a PhD. I made history at my company, becoming the first Black woman vice president. And our son, a 7-year-old boy, is gifted. He reaps the benefits of our hard work and lives in Black privilege and Black boy joy. And that means something to me, to be able to accomplish something of that magnitude and to be able to share wisdom and expertise about it through mentorship and speaking on stages and coaching other professionals, and through my book, Promote Your Damn Self. And to have this support of my household that's there. To have the support of my household that's there with me. Everything that I do, even sitting here right now, my husband's the cameraman behind the scenes. My son's upstairs sleeping tight, so he doesn't interrupt this video, of course. But you don't have to look far for real life Huxtables. We're fortunate to have access to spaces like YouTube, where you can get real life examples of real people, just like yourself, who came from very humble beginnings, who believed that they can be something that's so far out of reach. And child, you can't tell me that I'm not Felicia Rashad. I hope that I age gracefully like she does. But to have that ability to be that image for someone else, oof, how powerful is that? And as I think about what I'm doing right now in this very moment, soaking up the moon, if you will, in the desert, sitting outside in my backyard, doing the things that I love and enjoy doing the most. I'm here in this moment. I'm here in this moment. I am here in this moment, enjoying this opportunity to share my experience with you. And when I think about my son, he had a really good day today. He's upstairs sleeping. He was living his best life. And as we go on this journey together, as I share current events and share life as a mom and as a loving wife and as a friend and as a speaker, I too want you to live your best life. I hope that you glean something from these conversations, and I hope that you're inspired to take action as you're imagining what can be, because everything that you want to be is everything that you are. Hey, Chantel Love here. If you're ready to build a powerful personal brand in your business and your career, grab my book, Promote Your Damn Self, available on Amazon and signed copies at chantellove.com.